trash shit. Oh yeah, I probably need a straight jacket. But tell him pull up, we could fade that. Sun coming on some payback shit. Full villain on some train trash shit. Oh yeah, I probably need a straight jacket. But tell him pull up, we could fade that. That's what I feel like. Imagine if I gave a fuck. You must be blended out, drawing off the cup. One look and I'll make this bitch erupt. And I got a sweet tooth for a little slut, yeah. But you see, everything is gravy, everything is strange, everything's in danger. I got everything in name. But what I'm gonna do when it all ends? What I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna do? Super high and super high, super high and super high, super high and super high, super high. That's what I feel like. Sun coming on some payback shit. Full villain on some train trash shit. Oh yeah, I probably need a straight jacket. But tell him pull up, we can fade that. I let it rain when the sun gets low. Everybody else doing what they get told. Every time I pass another foe, they froze, thinking they ain't never felt the breeze this cold. That's why she looking my way. Good start, but her heart's on ice age. Fly as hell, high as hell, probably. Saying why? I swear I feel like eyes on me like wow. Eyes on me like wow. Eyes on me like wow. That's what I feel like. Sun coming on some payback shit. Full villain on some train trash shit. Oh yeah, I probably need a straight jacket. But tell him pull up, we can fade that. Sun coming on some payback shit. Full villain on some train trash shit. Oh yeah, I probably need a straight jacket. But tell him pull up, we can fade that, fade that.
Hello, hello. Welcome to Tier 2 Brazil. Today it's me, Martin, and I'm joined with...
Me, the NPC, man.
Ratcliffe.
That's me, yeah.
As we come through to Brazil, we're in for a thrilling race. Let's see if the Tier 2 boys can live up to Tier 1 boys. And the hydrates are coming in already. Oh no.
There we go.
Today
You're gonna have to tell me what happens with that because I can't see.
There's 3 already.
Yeah.
4.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
6, 7. Oh my god, there's 7. Oh my god. If only this was like for money and not bits. Can't laugh.
Hello.
They're not stopping.
Sounds a bit like a you problem. I mean,
You not got that 5 litre bottle of water to help me out?
no.
Pain.
I don't even have a drink. Anyway, we are here in Brazil, Sao Paulo to be exact. And we have 17 drivers here today. And obviously, Ule and Rosu gunning it out for the championship here in Tier 2. And this is going to be the title decider here today. Hello? What?
I thought you were going to stop. That's my bad.
No, carry on. Carry on what you're doing. I'm going to bring up some extra data so I can see what happens with these guys' lap times as the Ferrari and Mercedes come up very close together in the pit lane. Nearly a little bit of collision there.
It's going to be a big track today. There's a lot on the line. The Constructors is also still on the line today.
Yeah, and it's going to be Chappers in the Aston Martin reserving today. Going to be the first one out on track. And leading away, Kaspersky, or Skalski, that is, in the Alfa Romeo. His teammate, Ule, fighting for the championship. So he could play a crucial role today, although he does have a grid penalty to be serving.
Going to be very critical here with Rosu having a teammate in Chappers for this race. And Chappers has been known to put it on the top step in qualifying.
Yes, he has. He's a very good qualifier. Been up there in Tier 1 as well when he's reserved there. But let's see what he can do. Different outfit here today as you'll fight round the final corner, or the final proper corner, I'd say, of Junção.
18 drivers today as well. And the key thing here is both AlphaTauris are not on the grid today. Again.
No, they're not. But AlphaTauri at the bottom of the standing, so it looks to me that they're going to be staying there as we watch Chappers now flying into turn 1 and coming through the center S's. Into turn 3, very, very aggressive inside curb there that you want to ride though to get the best lap time out as you open the DRS for the first time in this lap and slam on the brakes and swing the car in now to turn 4 and into turn 5. Nice little double apex corner there as the Aston Martin will fly up the hill now and into Ferradura as Luke didn't really pronounce too well the other day. He got a big snap as he got over the hill there, but he keeps it within the white lines somehow.
No, he's invalidated.
He's invalidated.
So we're going to switch to Skalski now, who is the next car on lap, as he is now coming through Pin Herrera.
Yeah, flying now into turn 11. This will be a very long left-hander, very easy in the late stages of the race to lose the back end of the car through there. And into Junção, a very historical moment with Timo Glock as you're flying out round the final bend of the lap and open the DRS for one final time. You see the battery depleting on the Alfa Romeo, but here he comes up to the line. Skalski's going to be setting a 108.137 for our first lap in this session, and I believe it's going to be Lurgistam now next across the line, and he's invalidated. So it's going to be Monk Ule now coming across the line, and Ule's gone a 10th off his teammate. So Skalski at the moment ahead of his teammate, and I believe next cross line is going to be Vlad. And Vlad puts it onto provisional pole. The one is 7.848. Great lap there from Rosu. Potts now will be crossing the line, and he will put it P5, 4/10 off provisional pole. And Kopf, I believe, will be next cross the line. P7 just behind his teammate, but 1.5 seconds off the pace.
And now it's going to be both the Williams are on their outlaps. I believe it is Kizil next coming around this track. One final corner to go. He's going through Scud of the boxes, and then it's going to be opening up that DRS flap and driving it to the line. Kizil goes ahead of Ule.
Yeah, good lap there from Kizil. Next cross line will be Hugendorn. As he approaches 200 miles an hour, he'll come across the line to put it P7, 6/10 away from provisional pole. And I believe next will be his teammate Van Loon.
No, it's Lurgestam, who hasn't invalidated this.
Lurgestam, yeah, but he did an extra outlap, and Van Loon seems to have invalidated. So next it would be, I think Banged is probably going to come into the pits.
I think it's eyes on Harris here as he's coming around the final few corners. It's going to be hypercritical here as
Elsom comes across the line, puts it P13, but 7 seconds off the pace, so not a representable lap from him. And yes, Harris and Matthews will be, Harris will be leading the Williams pair through the final few corners, as he'll once again have that DRS assistance as he flies up to the line. Harris is going to put it P9. Where can his teammate Matthews put it? Puts it P8, ahead of his teammate, about a 10th clear there, as a Haas getting out the way of Elsom. Right off track for Vizendi.
Is Van Loon still on lap? Is Van Loon on that second outlap setting a competitive lap, or is he backing off? He's backing off.
Yeah, and I believe the next person to finish a lap...
Starting a lap is Chappers.
Chappers, yeah. So Chappers will be the next one to cross the line. And set a representable time, hopefully. He needs one in this session. He needs to be there for Rosu, who's currently on provisional pole. And we didn't notice that Juvenes has gone up onto the second row of the grid for the Ferrari outfit.
More and more cars between Rosu and Ule, though. This is going to be critical for this Drivers' Championship.
Yeah, as we watch Chappers now flying to 4 and into 5.
Ooh, there's been a
Matthews
crash.
is retired. Matthews is out of the session. I believe that is at turn 9. Going into 10. Not too sure what happened there. Maybe a snap on the exit of 9. But Chappers is absolutely on the limit this lap. He's pushing as hard as he can. You can see him pushing the car over the curbs and hoping to find the grip. As he commits now into 6th gear, down back into 4th for turn 10. And around the final 2 proper corners of this lap. What is Chappers going to manage here? He needs to put on a good performance. He needs to help the Aston Martin find that World Drivers' Championship. He gets a snap now out of Junkao. And into the final 2 corners we go. As he'll open that DRS once again.
51 though, coming through that second sector.
It's looking like a quick lap here from Chappers. He crossed the line. It is provisional pole by 3.3 tenths.
He's put that right up in there. Right in the upper reaches.
Another car between... well, no, not between, actually. Rosu being pushed out of a provisional pole. Maybe Aston Martin weren't hoping for that. But either way, I'm sure you'll still play a rear gunner to Rosu.
Right, so
Aston Martin...
Vizendi now, he's going to be coming across the line. It looks a little bit off the pace, though, compared to Chappers, and it's only P14 for Vizendi.
I don't know if you want to watch this, though. Is Ule now going on for a second lap in this qualifying session?
And Vizendi's just...
flying through the center S's. I'll stay on board with Ule and keep you updated if you want to keep having a look at some other times.
We're gonna... I think it's Skowski who is next. Will be next. Supposedly I'm quiet. Am I quiet?
Not to me, not.
I think possibly my mic mixer turned down, so I've just whacked it back up to full blast for the guys. But it's going to be Skowski now coming around the final corner, and it's going to be onto this long banked straight per se, and it's going to be across the line, and it does knock Rosu down a spot. But Skowski with a free place will now be starting ahead of his teammate as things stand.
As Ule now coming around the final few corners to open that DRS once again this lap. He's going to come into the pit lanes. No, he's committing to the lap, taking it to the tight left of the track. Crosses the line, but doesn't improve. Or he does by 300s. It's not a big improvement there for our current championship leader.
And Juvenes is get up. Juvenes now crosses the line, improves by almost 2 tenths, but it's not enough to get ahead of anyone. I think it's next is going to be Van Loon is starting his lap. No, he invalidated. Van Loon struggling to keep between them white lines. And it's going to be Kizil next on
Patrick Kizil is on a great lap here, looking at about 4/10 improvement, and puts himself onto the front row alongside Chappers. As it stands, as now Potts is going to be coming up to the line. What can he do? Is he on an out lap, or I think he might have backed out of his previous lap. This might not be a representable lap time, and it isn't. as I think Skowski's coming into the pit lane.
And Monk's
So
validated. So it will be
Monk's
Hugen
validated.
who is on an out lap. So I've been debated. I think it might be Harris has rejoined the lobby.
Hooven
is
could be on a lap here. No, I think he's gonna run out of fuel.
So Chapper's set a tier 1 T1 pole in tier 2, by the way. That would have been good enough for pole in tier 2, in tier 1. That time.
As here comes Elsom now up to the line, looking to set a representable time for the first time in his session, and does puts it up into P5 for the Alpine driver. As Binder, I don't think found any improvement just then.
Do you have Harris added? Because he keeps leaving and joining.
I think so. I can check.
As I'm going to hunt for people who are on laps.
Hugendorn is going to be coming through Junkan now to finish his second lap.
He's not up on time though. He's down.
Should have Harris, I'm pretty sure.
So he's coming into the pits. Van Luna's spun on the which looks to be at Ferradura. He spun on the exit of Ferradura, so he will not be setting a lap there, and it's going to be Binder who is coming around the corner. Actually, yeah, it is Binder next, who looks to be on lap. As Lurgestam has joined. I didn't even notice Lurgestam had left. But it will be Binder looking to improve on his time, but doesn't make any extra time up there. So next will be Monk's on an out lap. Chappers is on a lap. Chappers looking to improve here. Swings it round the long right-hander. Got it all to play for now. Still got 2 tenths on the next car behind in Kiziel. As he swings it round through the final few corners. Will Chappers be able to improve? He's currently 500ths up. Can he find any more time? He's looking to get closer towards sub 107.
Yeah, the Aston Martin reserve has improved in Sector 1. Not too much of an improvement in Sector 2, but is he going to reinstate his provisional pole? Yes, he is! A 107.3 for Martin Chappers. As next across the line will be Huveniers, I believe. And I think he's starting a lap.
Starting his lap, so it's going to be Skowski next. Skowski will be looking to rival those around him, but he does have that free place still sitting atop of his head. And as things stand, he'll be starting ahead of his teammate, but behind Rosu. Critical for the drivers.
Here comes Mark Vizendi, though, in the Haas. A good few performances for the Haas team this season. Can he put himself into the mix in qualifying? 8 tenths off provisional pole for the Haas driver.
Is up in the mix as Skowski goes P2 at that time. Skowski putting it alongside Chappers.
We're right on board now with Rosu, and I'll see how his lap's going. Trying to topple his teammate.
Kizu is just starting his lap now. As we will also switch to Rosu here. Actually, we're going to switch to Ferrari. I believe that is of Huveniers. Who is up on his time by about a tenth, but there's still time to be found, surely. And Huveniers goes up to P5. There's a tow coming.
Chapper's given his teammate a great tow in the championship fight. For the championship fight here. And Vlad was looking at a 2-tenth improvement, but he does improve by 2 tenths. And that, yeah, improves Rosu now up onto the front row alongside his reserve teammate.
And I think it is Kiziel, or is it Ule on a lap? Is Ule on a lap there?
Ule is on a lap. He's currently around about 2 tenths up, which at the moment will only be good enough for P8. So he needs to find a big improvement, does the Alfa Romeo driver, to keep himself in contention for this win. He's looking a little bit on the back foot around here in qualifying, but what can he do on his, I think, 3rd lap in this session? He's going to come into the pit lane. He's not committing to the rest of that lap.
Does give him enough time for one last shot, one last stance around this track for qualifying. So, I think Chappers has definitely got pole. It's going to be a shootout for second, would be my guess. As I think Lurgestam currently is on a lap and it's looking a lot more competitive than his previous lap. Where will Lurgestam put it? He was 4 attempts up coming through Sector 2. It's going to be Sector 3 now. And Lurgestam goes P6. Ule's down into P10, Connor.
Third row lockout for the Ferrari team. A good showing for them so far. But yeah, championship leader down in P10 at the moment. He needs a great lap. Nearly a second improvement to even half a second improvement to even be in contention with Vlad.
There's a lot of time between Ule and then like Elsum. There's 3 attempts between Ule and Elsum alone.
Yeah, there's Elsum is going to be coming around to start a lap now, and I believe might be the next one to cross the line with a representable lap time.
Panel, I think, is on lap actually, or he's starting a lap too. I stand corrected. Kopf though is starting a lap. Harris is starting a lap.
Yeah, so it will be Elsum next across the line.
Let us switch to Elsum then, as he's now coming through turn 5, and it'll be the long straight up towards turn 6 of
Ferradura.
Yes, Ferradura.
Yeah, a great little section of track this, and it definitely torches the tyres. As Elsum will get back on the power now, up into 6th gear, drops back down into 3rd for this right-hander, and he'll try and carry as much speed as he can now as he gets back on the power and through turn 11 into 12.
2 temps
hooking
up.
the car in on that inside, hooking that Alpine on the inside curb there, back on the power for the main straight. And once again, we'll open that DRS and fly up to the line. What can the Alpine driver find out of this lap? And it is the front row for Elsum. 2 tenths of provisional pole. I cannot get my words out.
And Penel.
But the next person to cross the line will be Alex Harris. With a 4/10 improvement here for Harris. Where is he going to put it? Up onto the front row for Alex Harris. He's pulled it out the bag here.
He found
It's now Juvenes.
Starting a lap.
Juvenes does improve, I think, by a 10th there.
I thought he was starting a lap there. It's going to be
could have been, maybe.
though. Hugendorn is on a lap here. Or is he? No, he's starting a lap. I stand corrected. It's Skowski. Ule is about to start a lap. Skowski is on lap. Chappers, though, I think might be on lap. No, Chappers is starting a lap. There's cars all over the place. This is just... The track has gotten very busy very quickly.
Yeah, all the people coming up to the line now are not on a lap. They're all starting one.
So Skowski would then be the first car, and he
Van
invalidates.
Loon's going to be crossing the line. But it's not going to be a representable lap time. Still 16 seconds off the pace for him. As Binder now coming across the line, I think, to start a second lap. So it will...
So
it's going to be... I think that's... Did Harris just give the toe to Monk? I think he did. But Monk doesn't appear to be on a good lap, so I don't think that really did too much.
I think he was
for Monk. Yeah.
But
Zendi has invalidated, so it's going to be Kasper Sky or
Kasper
Skalski coming across the line, but he's invalidated. Lurgestam coming across the line now. Doesn't seem to be an improvement for him. Maybe trying to get one more attempt in here. As Ule now, the championship leader, comes across the line. Only P8 for him. Not a great lap there from Ule when he needs to be up there fighting for his championship here today. Next cross line, Potts in the Mercedes opens the DRS using all of his battery that he has left for this lap, and it's going to be a 107.7, good enough for P8 for him. As Vlad now crosses the line, locks out the front row at the moment for the Aston Martin team.
It was a
Binder now coming across the line, doesn't improve, a 10th off of his pace.
Zendi has invalidated.
It's going to be Monk next across the line. Once again, coming down the pit straight, using all the battery and opening that DRS as he flies off into the pit lane. He's given up on his lap. Interesting. But what can Skalski do? Ule's teammate needs to be playing rear gunner here today. Is it going to be a big enough improvement to trouble the Aston Martins at the top? Let's see as he comes across the line now. What is it going to be? 107.8, B5. He stays P5, Kasper Skalski does. And that is going to be it for the Tier 2 qualifying here in Sao Paulo. And it is an Aston Martin front row lockout with their reserve driver of Chappers.
The Williams reserve.
On pole. Yeah, the Williams reserve.
Out here living his best life. Giving Rosu a filthy toe there as well, right at the end.
But what a lap from Alex Harris as well. Pull it out back in the last stages of that qualifying session. And yeah, a bit of a shock there for him to be up there after his recent performances.
I'm just going to get the screenshots. But there is how the grid will be lining up. We still got a few penalties to apply though.
Yeah, we do. I can have a quick look at who will be getting said penalties. I know Skalski actually in P5 will be getting a penalty, so that could be big for Aston Martin in their defence in the main event. Tier 2. So we have a 3-place grid penalty for Rennie Kopf, 3-place grid penalty for Skalski, and a 2-place grid penalty for Vizendi.
Going to be very
Vizendi
important.
finishing P13 in that qualifying session.
As we're going to get ready to set the grid once we get everyone in. Chappers saying, game easy, please make harder. Don't worry, Chappers. Next season, tier 1 only for you. Off to the depths.
You got scars deep enough to last. Heart full of broken glass, and I'm gonna paint it black. Oh, I got bruises I covered up. I've been used every time I love.
Points his hands up high. You follow it so blindly. He promised you the sky, and you believe the journey. You lift your spirit high. The road is full of roses. You smell of the divine, but this song is just a story full of lies and deceptions. Lies and deceptions.
Welcome back. The grid is set. The drivers are ready to get going. It's a wet Brazil!
Oh my god.
As if the
This is
dice
gonna be
were rolled.
spice.
We have re-rolled the dice and it is chucking it down.
I think the last tier 2 wet race that I can remember is Canada.
And that was an interesting one, to say the least.
Yeah, with Potts coming out on top in that race as well.
It was a battle between Mercedes and Alfa Romeo that day. And we know Chappers has never been a fan of the rain.
Housley, you are world champion. World champion.
Thank you very much there for the subscription there, Mr. Ratcliffe.
I tried to do that the other day, but it didn't work. So I guess it works now.
Hellmans. Came in.
Anyway, that was just Max Housley. You are world champion.
This is about to be a spice fest.
It's gonna be absolute fire, but in the rain. So it's gonna be
Super
a very
hot.
interesting one.
So there's a 3
Super
points gap
hot.
between Rosu and Ule. If Rosu wins, he's world champion. If Rosu
Let me have a
comes
look at the,
second and Ule comes third, Ule wins on race wins, I think.
Once this timer is done, I can tell you how long the rain is going to be lasting. According to Palmer, it's going to be all race. I can just clarify that though. Oh my god, yeah, thunderstorm conditions for what looks to be 30 minutes. Before then we get a bit of sun, but it's still going to be raining. Towards the end of the race though, 27% chance of rain.
So it could dry up towards the end.
It could very well dry up, but thunderstorm conditions usually mean the track stays wet for a good amount of time.
I believe a famous song once said, "Thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me."
Yes, it did. It did.
Alright,
So,
a new prediction.
Chappers is going to spin. Someone has predicted.
Yep, I would
Chappers.
also predict that. I reckon we can see a Harris spin as well. As another
Possibly,
hard
very
race has been
possibly.
redeemed.
I think the last race, trying to think, wasn't it Tier 2 Monza actually that was wet as well? And didn't Harris spin that from the front of the grid somewhere?
I believe you would be correct there, as you see the guys coming around here. All kicking
Wait.
off.
Oh yeah. So it is the full wet tyres as well. I'd like to point out. It seems to be for everyone on the grid. So no one taking any chances like a Jarno Otmar chance of starting on the Inters.
So just
And
to
it is
let
predicting
everyone
a
know,
two-stop, which I would say was quicker around
there's a
Brazil.
big gap between Kizio and Elsom.
There
There's
is.
a monumental gap. And then another one between Ule and Skowski.
Yeah.
I heard they liked time penalties. I'm
here we
drinking
go.
my drinks. They're lining
Oh,
up.
there's a I think that's
No,
Monk doing a
it's Monk.
360.
Monk always does this.
But here we go. They're all lining up on the grid. And we're here in Sao Paulo. Hopefully those people don't get disqualified for good. No, they're not. Everyone's okay. It's 5 red lights here in Sao Paulo.
Oh, Matthews.
And there we go. We are go. The jump start there for Matthews. That will be a drive-through penalties. Harry's going to go round the outside of Chappers. Chappers getting really bogged down here. Down into P4 as Vlad takes the lead of the race. Harry's into P2. Elsom now into P2. And they're 3 wide going through the centre S's. And down at the back, it seems like they're all going to be slotting into places. Potts up into P7. Hoovenier's down up into P6. Harry's down to P5. Chappers at the front, back into P3. And the big gap between Chappers and Elsom at the moment is side by side go Huveniers and Harris into turn 4.
Huveniers taking going
off track.
And Alfa Romeo got a big snap there. As
Ule falling now out of the points. Oh no, Ule's spun nearly. Ule's off the track. He's falling down into last place. The championship leader currently at the back of the grid.
So this is a daydream for Rosu, a nightmare for Ule. As you see Rosu leading Elsom, Chappers in 3rd. And it's Huveniers 4th, Harris has dropped to 5th, Potts up into 6th, Kiziel 7th, Skowski in 8th, Panau in 9th, and Lurdstam rounds out your points paying positions. There were 2-3 wide throughout that whole 4th corner, and it was nuts.
Yeah, Elsom also looking fairly on pace here with Rosu, keeping within half a second of him, as Chappers now outside the second range of Elsom.
And Van Loon at the back there, definitely not enjoying the wet weather conditions as Matthews gets past him. But it's Elsom looking very racy behind Rosu. Chappers still holding steady in 3rd and Huveniers in 4th. And Harris is looking all over the rear of that Ferrari.
Yeah, the big gain is in that first lap.
Ule's into the pits! Ule's into the pits.
Ule's into the pit lane. I'll keep an eye on Ule if you want to watch the rest of the field.
We are going to watch the front runners go through because Rosu has almost got a second now on Elsom, which I know doesn't mean as much.
And I can confirm it is a front left end plate off the Alfa Romeo.
There you go.
As Connor has been delivered food by his mother. But it is going to be Rosu leading this race. Without the DRS, the overtakes are going to be definitely a lot more tricky to do. Would probably be the best way to put it. But as you can see, Rosu and Elsom are definitely a league above everyone else in this weather conditions as things stand. Panau and Lurgestam have been getting into it a little bit further back. But at the moment, I think we want to swallow Harris because he's all over the rear of Huveniers as things stand. Looking to go onto the grass to make a move. As Rosu sets the fastest lap of the race. But Harris puts a stonker of a lap in and is now the fastest lap. And he's looking to go around the outside of turn 1. We'll have the inside for turn 2. Huveniers maybe looking to switch back. No doing though as there's a yellow flag. Looks like Zendi is running very slowly at the back there. But Harris around the outside of Huveniers and Penau has left. Penau has left the session. And Vizendi definitely struggling in these wet weather conditions. But back to the front because it's the front 2 now pulling away. Chappers is a second and a half behind. And then it's going to be Harris and Huveniers side by side again. Coming through turn 7. Harris will have the inside for turn 8. A little bit of bumping and banging from the pair. And it'll be Huveniers who does get past. And then Potts also gets put through from Harris and Huveniers wheel banging there. Be very interesting to see. But meanwhile at the front, it is Rosu leading Lurgestam with Rosu leading Elsom with 2 seconds to Chappers. Lurgestam in P9 behind Kiziel in P8. But Huveniers now is gaining heavily on Chappers and Harris looking maybe to make a move up the inside of Potts, but Potts covers it off and Harris thinks better of it. And Skowski down in P7 there. Ule will be really wanting a safety car for his race to be salvaged as things stand. But here we go, Huveniers and Chappers coming up to turn 4. Not able to make the move though. So will be Chappers defending him off. And Harris, meanwhile, has got past Potts. Harris is back on a charge and gets a snap of oversteer, though, on the exit of turn 5. And Potts will get back past. But back to the front because it's Rosu and Elsom pulling away from the rest of the field here. Chappers in P3. I don't know where Connor's gone. You're just left with me at the moment. As it's going to be the big battle here, though. Watch Harris, because Harris is all over the back of Potts, and Potts needs to hang on to the back of Hooveners. This weather conditions, though, very treacherous. So the front two definitely pulling away, but Chappers maybe having to use a bit of battery because Hooveners is on a charge. He's gaining on him. It's down in under 2 temps now. Rosu sets the fastest lap. And Chappers and Hooveners looking to get into it, but no doing. And where we go, Harris is looking to go up the inside again. And it will be at the outside for the next corner, side by side with Potts in the Mercedes. And there's contact! Again! Harris and Potts making contact. And Harris slipping all the way down to P11. And that will be a nightmare there for Harris. As meanwhile, it's now going to be Chappers having to defend Hooveners. Skowski up into P5. Let's see what he's able to do and how he can aid his teammate here. Because his teammate running in P18, 10 seconds behind the next car. Kizyul now is gaining on Potts as well. I wonder if Harris or Potts got damage from that incident. Hard to tell. There was enough space given. As Kopf and Binder further back, teammates battling it out through turns 9 and coming into turn 10 and 11 now. But here we have Kizyul, who's got a bit of a train forming behind him. And Lurgestam and Hugendorn and Monk all up into the points now. And the rain is coming down by the bucket loads. As we have a yellow flag, it looks like it's Vizendi. Vizendi is not having a race to remember here in Brazil. But back to the front because it's Chappers still defending Hooveners. Almost 3 seconds off the pace of the front two now. And Monk and Hugendorn are getting into it. And Monk is up past Hugendorn for P9. And they'll be both chasing down Lurgestam now. And Lurgestam looking to maybe make a move on Kizyul. These two got into it in Kota. Let's see if they can keep it a bit cleaner today. And Lurgestam is getting very squabbly on the curbs there. Getting a little bit greedy. Oh! Further back, Hugendorn has lost his wing. Hugendorn lost his whole wing. Looking like he got a big snap on the exit of turn 5. Almost taking himself out on the barrier. And has lost his front wing there. So he will definitely have to pit as Vizendi's crashed. Vizendi has crashed and it's a full safety car. This is music for Ule's ears. This safety car helping Ule out massively. Vizendi binning it. So will any of the leaders come into pit? Rossi doesn't, Elsom doesn't, Chappers doesn't, neither does Hooveners. I don't think anyone will be pitting. Kizyul not pitting. Lurgestam not pitting. Monk not pitting. It'll be Hugendorn will probably be the only one into the pits here. As Harris has dropped, as Harris also into the pits. Harris possibly with damage here. Let's see if he has to do a wing change or not. Harris is going for the intermediates. Harris, the only car on intermediates. As things stands, Rosu will be the champion of the season. But Harris is rolling the dice, Jarno Otmir style. So Harris will probably be the one to watch. He's either going to be mightily fast or struggling. There'll be no in between. It's a big gamble though from Harris. Will have his teammate behind him to back him up as a rear gunner. The Williams currently in a McLaren sandwich. As we switch back to the front as is Rosu behind the safety car. Safety car surely in next lap. Ule still last of the running cars. Ule has it all to play for. Who will be your champion? As things stand, Rosu for sure has the upper hand. So it will be Rosu leading us off on this safety car restart. Elsum in the middle of an Aston Martin sandwich. Elsum having a brilliant drive today. As further back, it is Skowski up into P5, Potts in P6, Kizyul 7th, Lurgestam 8th, Monk 9th, and then Penal will be rounding out your points paying positions as things stand. But again, Harris is going to be the man to watch. Welcome back there, Mr. Ratcliffe.
Hello, I am here once again.
So the news is Harris has lost his front wing under safety car conditions. He did gamble and go onto the intermediates, but I would expect him to be coming in to the pits with the safety car.
Very, very interesting. I mean, I think to me the track still looks. I don't know. It's still pretty wet out there.
Puddles. There is definitely a drying line where the guys are going.
Yeah.
But again, definitely a very puddly surface.
Puddly. Interesting.
And Rosu's gone early here, actually. Rosu going very early. Definitely catching the field unexpectedly as Harris into the pits and speeds into the pits with that. And Monk further back there battling Lurgestam and Kizyul. Gained 2 places and has lost them already. But it's going to be Rosu with Elsum right behind him. Chapper's already a second behind. And you missed a safety car brought up by the Haas of Azendi having a nightmare exit on turn 3.
Yeah, I did. 3 wide though, nearly for Monk, Lurgestam and Kizyul as they came through turn 5 then. There's very, very close stuff happening between these 3 right now. And side by side, Monk and Kizyul now as he heads into turn 6. A little bit of wheel banging going on. Kizyul on the inside, Monk on the outside as he heads through here and down into the braking zone now. Kizyul's been spun out. Kizyul has been spun out. Haas having an absolute disaster, Haas.
Was he given enough space is the question on that inside.
I'm not too sure. There was definitely a little bit of space. I don't know about car's width to the white line. As we head now back to the top with Elsum pushing Rosu through turn 11 into 12. Yeah, these two are
is up into
still
P13.
pretty...
And Hugendorn and Matthews are getting into it further back as they're side by side. Ule might be opportunistic here and be able to get past Hugendorn with Binder right behind him. Hugendorn gets a snap of oversteer as well on the exit as Binder is all over the back of Ule here actually.
And Elsum's lost a big amount of time to Vlad. Where's Vlad? Vlad's gone off track. Vlad's falling behind Chappers and Hoovenays now. Vlad's having a mistake at the centre S's, put Elsum into the lead of the race.
And that puts Skowski right behind him. Skowski could play the ultimate team role here.
Oh no, we saw a championship be decided in this corner the other day. We're going to see another one here. Maybe not, as Skowski's going around the outside of Vlad now through turn 5. It looks like Skowski is going to get ahead of his teammate's championship rival, Vlad Rosu. And now Vlad's getting overtaken by Potts. Has he got damage? Is there damage on the Aston? I don't think so. Maybe just a bit out of shape and now falling down the order. Very easy to do around Brazil once you get out of sync with everybody.
Lurgestam is the next car eyeing it up as well.
Maybe a send now.
And further back is Chappers is dropped behind Hoovenays as well.
Yeah, Hoovenays up into P2.
Is Chappers about to play the ultimate team role and just to back up the train?
No, because here comes Skalski looking down the inside of Martin Chappers. Junkao didn't quite find the space that he needed, and it
it's
might
about
affect
to
him
get
on the run
spicy.
down to the straight as Potts looking around the outside of him. But Vlad's going to look down the inside of Potts, and Skalski's into the pit lane.
Is he pitting for intermediates?
I'm not too sure I'll stay on board with him.
As Rosu and Potts are definitely side by side here through the center S's. We already saw one incident with Potts and Harris through this section.
It's a double stack for Alfa Romeo. Both of them coming in. Ule's in as well.
Are they going for
They're
intermediates?
both going on to intermediates. Intermediate tyres for the Alfa Romeo drivers. Now, will people try and last this out till...
Lurgestam has got past both Potts and Rosu. And he's up in... Rosu down into P6.
Potts is fighting back through turn 5 into 6, and Potts is going to put himself back into the top 5. Back into the top 4 once again.
And Rosu, this is
head of the Ferrari.
Rosu really needs to get past these guys.
Oh, Rosu's going to try it down the inside of Lurgestam. At turn 7 into turn 9. Now,
They're still there.
still side by side. Lurgestam looking maybe for the inside line. The outside line into turn 9.
Oh,
A bit of a snap there for the Ferrari. But Vlad's falling back now. Back behind Lurgestam, and Lurgestam's falling nearly a second behind Potts and Chappers.
Are the intermediate tyres faster than the full wets though currently? It's hard to tell. And it's Lurgestam coming
into the pit lane. So is Hooveneers. Another double stack for a Ferrari-powered team. Hooveneer up into P6 now on the fresh wet tyres.
The rain is definitely letting off a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely intermediate conditions now. But it'll be interesting to see if Martin Chappers and Elson...
There are puddles. There are puddles off the racing line. As we're going to switch to Ule. Where is Ule going to come out in regards to all of this train coming out of the pits here? Ule still running P16 as things stand. And he doesn't get anyone from pitting a lap early there. No moves made.
But their tyres will be up to temperature more than others at this point. And maybe they've got into the groove of the intermediates a little bit more than the people that have just pitted. But it's a purple sector 2 for Elsom.
And Van Luna's run wide. I don't think it is full... I don't think it's intermediate conditions. Look at the puddles off the racing line.
I'll have a quick look. So... Ule did a 140.3 as his outlap though.
It's this lap you're going to want to watch.
Yeah, as they cross the line, I'll have a look at the lap times compared to Elsom in the lead.
And Potts is into the pit. Rosu's into the pit, sorry. Rosu is switching for the Inters by the looks of it.
But where will he come out compared to his championship rival and the people he was mixing with just a few laps ago?
So Lurgestam is the one to watch here.
As here comes Skalski across the line, I'll be able to update you on their lap times. So Skalski has put in a 122.3, and apparently it was a 120.4 for Elsom up at the front of the pack. So maybe it's not Inters just yet.
Maybe not, as Rosu will come out in P9. So as things stand, he will not be winning the Drivers' Championship. He will lose out by 2 points.
Yeah, but he's still got those 5 wet runners at the front to make their decision.
Very true. As Lurgestam has had to pit again. What tyre is Lurgestam on that? Lurgestam maybe got damage and has gone out for a second set of Inters.
Another purple sector coming for Andreas Elsom.
Elsom is flying right now. 10 seconds to the next car.
Still not coming into the pit lane either, so he's happy with the pace on the wet compound tyres. You got to think as well, 13 laps on these tyres, they're going to start to become intermediates in a minute as they start to wear down and become a little bit less, have less grooves on them. But he's just cruising out there. I've been on board with him for about 2 laps now, and he's not seen any major errors at all.
No.
From the Alpine driver.
Chappers meanwhile in P2, Potts P3, Hugendorn up into P4. Didn't have a good start to his race, but is definitely flying now and finding the grips with the track.
Hugendorn is matching pace with Andreas Elsom right now.
So he's definitely still full wet conditions.
Hugendorn and Elsom are the only ones to be sub-21s right now. And The two Alfa Romeo drivers still lapping in the 22s.
And Skowski has a bit of a train forming behind him now. Of Monk and Rosu here. Skowski may be playing the ultimate team role and going slower with Rosu behind him. Because compare his times to Hoovenier's, he's very much off the pace of Hoovenier's.
Yeah, I don't think the Inters are the right choice at the moment, and Harris still on those 5-lap old intermediate tyres as well. Didn't change back to the wets, sorry. Put on a new set of Inters instead. So he's committed to his strategy. And to be fair, considering he made two pit stops...
P2 through to 4th, now coming into the pits. Elsom stays out, but Penel stays out as well. So it's a Alpine 1-2 as things stand.
Very interesting, because I still think that the wets are faster out there. As Hoovenier's, though, puts in a 19.9.
And Monk went up the inside of Skowski. Monk just went up the inside of Skowski. They're battling back out, down the start-finish line straight. And Harris has just set the fastest lap on the intermediate. So the track has definitely just sprung to life. And the intermediate runners might have got ahead of the full wet runners here.
Yeah, a good portion of them have. But you got to think, though, Hugendorn also was out on the wets and behind these guys. And he's still going to be right with them, even though he's only just come onto the intermediate tyres. So I'd say that the wets were faster still for a few laps.
Oh, for sure.
During that time.
I think people went the wrong ways. Argentina won on penalties.
But Skowski's still not managed to break the sub-21s.
Skowski's lacking pace, but I don't think that matters when he's got Rosu behind him. Rosu really looking to get past here.
And here comes Elsom into the pits. I believe we're going to see a double stack here from Alpine.
Alpine having an absolute stonking final race to the season. As meanwhile, Chappers has a train behind him. It's going to be Chappers and Monk getting side by side. There's contact! And Chappers, the game has reset Chappers to the track. But Skowski is definitely going slow. And
Penel's stayed out. Is he going to try and put up a defence against... He is! He's slowing down Hoovenier's! He's holding up Hoovenier's through the centre S's, holding the inside line and...
But the move to watch is
Rosu's
Rosu's looking to make a move on Skowski through the first tournament, side by side! And Skowski defends! Meanwhile, Harris is getting past Hugendorn and there's a little bit of contact.
You might want to have a look at this, though, as Penel's going to go side by side through turn 5 with Hoovenier's. He's trying to put on a great defence for his teammate and extend the gap that he has in the lead of this race. But Hoovenier's going to hang it round the outside on the intermediate tyres and get past him up into P2 for the Ferrari driver. Penel playing the ultimate team game there for Elsom and holding up his only rival in this race, as it seems.
And back, though, to P6. As things stand, how many points would Rosu get for 7? How many points? Is it 4 points for 7th? Harris just sends it up the inside of Rosu. As things stand... Rosu
Harris got past. That was a great move from Harris there.
Harris has definitely got some pace.
But he's washed wide into Junkow and picked up a 3-second time penalty. And now Vlad's going to look back down the inside and get back past Harris at Junkow.
And Hugendorn as well. Skowski definitely going on.
Contact! And Hugendorn's in the wall, lost his front wing. He's gonna. He nearly went into the oncoming of Binder and Matthew and Chappers. But that looked like contact with Hugendorn and Harris there.
Big contact as now Penau's come into the pits and he drops down to P12, 13th maybe even. Ule might get past him here as we ride back with Skowski defending Rosu. As the two Mercedes drivers have gone off into the distance, it will be Elsom leading Hoovenier's with Monk P2 and Monk P3 and Potts P4. And Hugendorn into the pits to replace that damage.
Yeah, Vlad's still stuck behind his championship rival's teammate. Skowski is not letting up in this race. 4 seconds off the back of Potts now. Mercedes, all of a sudden, having a great race out there as Harris tags Rosu and into turn 9. But it looks like Rossi has it all under control. Might get a little bit of... Maybe his rears are overheating. As Harris is going to look for the inside. Into jump out is a very, very, very dangerous move from Harris. That the move was not on at any point there for the Williams driver. But he's got the DRS. Sorry, he's got the ERS. Active, a big snap there through the final corner. And tugging into the slipstream. He did have the overspeed. But now maybe Vlad's going to look for the move. Into turn 1 on Skalski round the outside. No, he's going to look for the switchback.
Skalski has been
nearly
forced
draws
in
alongside
wide.
there.
Oh, he'll get a much better exit out of this corner, though. Out of turn 3 now. Rossi might look to make a move into turn 4, possibly. But it's Harris who's got a lot of speed here. Would Vlad be better off letting...
Harris going for the inside into turn 4 and turn 5. Harris is going to be ahead of the Aston Martin. Maybe a little bit of, like you say, tactics playing in there, letting him through and hoping that he can attack his rival's teammate. As Logistan now sets the purple sector 1.
Just set
over down the order.
lap. Logistan did just set fastest lap. And Harris is looking very fast here on these intermediate conditions.
Yeah,
Very,
he is.
very
Harris
racy.
looking rapid. He's made a few mistakes, but he's easily recovered the time back.
As here we now go through the final few corners. Harris is all over the rear of Skalski. He drops it down into second gear. We're going to ride with Harris here as he gets a massive drive out on Skalski. Side by
And we
side.
saw Harris have a little bit of an incident here just a few laps ago, but this time a little bit of wheel banging and Harris is through, but Skalski's looking for the return with the ERS active, flying down now into turn 1, into the centre S's, the side by side. The Alfa Romeo and the Williams. Skalski pulls ahead for the first apex, but Harris is going to look ahead for the second apex. And they're going to be side by side on exit. Skalski on the curb. There's contact. They've made contact and they both spin out. Both of the drivers spinning out onto the inside curb there at turn 3.
And through goes Rosu up into P5.
Yeah, Vlad is through for a whole 10 points, which I do believe would win in the championship at this point.
Yes, Ule not scoring points. He only needs to outscore Ule by 4.
Both Alfa Romeos out of the points as well. I'm wondering about the team's championship here. I know it's a big ask in this race, but I know it could still be on for the Aston Martin team. All it takes is a safety car.
What is the gap in points between the two teams?
Let me have a quick look.
It's going to be very close.
31 points.
So
they need to score. So
they do need a miracle.
Yeah, they need a double podium, but it's still not out of the equation. A change in conditions or a safety car, a crash side by side, or Harris once again going side by side this time with Chappers. Harris has still got that speed. He's just had a spin, and he's coming back at the Aston Martin of Chappers now. Through the final corner, he's got the overspeed once again, took it into the slipstream. ERS back active again, and then once again he's going to be side by side after having a spin last lap. It's going to be side by side with another driver into turn 1. Looking down the inside this time as Chappers looks for the switchback but doesn't quite find it. Pushing them Williams through the second apex as Harris gets a big snap and runs wide through turn 3. Is that going to invite Chappers back down the straight? No, not on this occasion. Chappers going to have to settle in for P7.
But it's a nightmare day for Alfa Romeo here, as it's going to be Skalski and Ule, P11 and P13. So Rosu is... with Rosu being in P5, Ule needs to finish, realistically, P6 or 7. I think it's P6 he has to finish. Ule has to work his way through the Goliath number of cars ahead.
I mean, it's bad enough Rosu having that track position over Ule, but even worse is Rosu's in a position where there's no one in front of him and no one really behind him at the moment, other than Harris maybe pushing back up to him, but he's in a space where you can just cruise and look after his tyres maybe and just control the pace, as Harris now sets a purple sector 2. Harris has got some great pace here at the moment.
Harris
We see he had a spin from P5 or on the road, and now he's nearly caught back up to P5 in just 2 laps time.
It's hard to tell if the first one was on Potts or Harris. The second one probably on Harris, not giving enough space, as he goes to fastest lap now as well.
Harris absolutely flying out there at the moment. And Williams not really in the championship equation, as Harris had some poor performances in the season, but he's really clawed it back today. And he seems to be, he's currently the fastest man out there at the moment.
He is, with ease, the fastest car on the track as it stands. As meanwhile, it's going to be Elsom, who's lost a lot of time. Hooven is definitely firing up these intermediates a lot better than then Hoovenier's firing up these intermediates a lot better than Elsom. Because that gap was 10 seconds. It's now 3.7. And Harris does have 8 seconds worth of penalties. Is a good thing to add. Chappers has a very big train behind him. Chappers not enjoying this wet weather. Chappers did spin, but it was under contact. As I believe Hoovenier's did just set the fastest lap. But Harris has gained all the way onto the back of Rosu already. And Harris breezes past Rosu. Harris up into P5, sets the fastest lap, 1:17.1.
But as Rory Bates has just pointed out in chat, Harris does have 8 seconds of penalties. So it's going to be a big hit at the moment. I think he's going to fall down maybe into the clutches of Binder as it stands at the moment.
Can the intermediates last the rest of this race without pitting?
Yeah, I think they'll be okay. They might be in a bit of a bad state, but I don't think they'll be in risk of puncture. Quite durable around.
Matthews and Chappers are getting into it. And further back, Skalski and Penau are fighting it out for P11. The Red Bulls currently in P9 and 10, scoring big points for the pairing.
Yeah, Skalski also trying to fight his way through the field at the moment, on the back of Rene Kopf and Binder, his teammate. Maybe just trying to look to maybe climb back up and take some points off Rosu, or even maybe just Chappers to try and nullify the chances of them getting the constructors as well. But he gets a big snap there through turn 10. That was a mighty save from Skalski. Oh my god, I thought he was in the wall for a minute there. But yeah,
I'd like to point out, Penau did an amazing job holding up Hoovenier's, because I would hazard to guess that Hoovenier's might have actually been there. And Harris picks up another 3-second penalty. And Skalski up the inside of Kopf. Kopf has lost 2 places there, actually, to both Skalski and Penau. So Kopf dropping from 10th to 12th in the space of a straight.
And now Romeo back into the points.
Yes, 1 point currently for Alfa Romeo, but any point helps at least secure them the constructors. But it's the drivers that they'll be longing for. And then Ule just doesn't seem to have the pace to mount an assault.
No,
and Harris
not
has
at the
11
moment.
seconds of penalties.
I'd like to point out that Ule just doesn't seem to have the pace around here that he's had in other tracks.
No.
I'm looking at the timing board now, and he's in clean air on his own, basically, for the last few laps. And he's not got into sub-19s, whereas Elsom, Monk, Potts, and a few others are all into the 18s, the low 18s.
And what is
He's nearly a
Hoovenier's
second
setting?
off the pace.
What is Hoovenier's setting?
Hoovenier's last lap was 0.3 quicker than Elsom up in the over front of the field. So Hoovenier's is gaining just ever so slightly each lap.
Chat pointing out that Harris was setting consistent 118s when he was in traffic and then got clear air and did a 117.3. And
Harris.
Skalski looking to make a move on Binder, actually. Side by side through the center S. But Binder holds his nerve on the inside of that final turn 3. And Skalski not able to get past Binder. But he'll have turn 4 now. There's a lot of jostling going on here.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a 5-way battle going on between these guys at the moment. And if Kopf and all they can catch up, it's going to become a monumental scrap as they go side by side into turn 6. With Skalski getting nerfed off a little bit there from Binder. But Skalski look back down the inside of Penel into turn 7.
But Binder closed the door a little bit on Skalski there, letting Penel get a really nice drive out. And Penel does hold the position on Skalski. Skalski back outside of the points.
And Skalski, I can tell he's getting frustrated with the wheel. He's trying to find a gap anywhere he can to get past these guys. But each time he does in the wet conditions, if there's no grip, you just fall down the order and get out of sync with everybody. Harris at 16.5 now as Skalski gets an almighty drive out of Junkao and it gets past the LP before they exited the corner.
But Penel's not giving up. He's activating that ERS. He's side by side with Skalski. He's actually back ahead coming into turn 1. Will look to go around the outside and have the inside for turn 2. Skowski maybe looking to get a better drive out through turn 3, and he's going to go around the outside. And Kopf there is being very optimistic, looking to also get past, and Ule is clawing his way back up into this fight. But Harris is
only
flying.
a second off the pack of these guys at the moment. 2 seconds off the points for Ule, but at the moment the max he's looking at is P7. And would that be enough? I think it might be, if he finishes P7.
With Vlad in P8 it would be.
Yeah. Wait, no, he's in P6.
Yeah, but if Vlad's P6, Ule only needs P7.
Yeah. So he's only basically got to get past these guys in the pack ahead of him.
But Chappers is probably going to be the worst one to get past.
But he doesn't have to get past him. He's got 3 seconds of penalties.
Ah, very true.
So if he can get into P9, he'll win the championship off the fact that he can stay within 3 seconds of Chappers and Matthews.
But Harris has 11 seconds of penalties.
Oh yeah. So, oh wow. So no, but then you still have to get P6, surely.
Rosu would go up to P5. Harris would be
P6.
Yes.
So
he has to get P6. He has to get past Chappers and into range of Harris. And Harris, I don't think you're going to be getting into the range. Ule has not got the pace compared to Harris. Harris is setting 1:16.5s currently, which is insane to say. Harris is closing up into the Mercedes. Meanwhile,
so the only way, as it stands, if Rosu finishes P5 and the max Ule can do is P7, even if he got fastest lap, I think they would be level on points, and Rosu would take it out of wins.
Ule's got more wins, doesn't? Who's got more wins?
No, Rosu's got more wins.
Rosu's got more wins. This is coming down to the end. We've got 10 laps to go, including the lap we're currently on. Elsem having a quiet rate. We've not given props to Elsem. Elsem hasn't had the season people was expecting, but in Brazil he's really turning up. But he's being clawed in by Hooveners. Because Hooveners has been gaining on Elsem slowly but surely. Monk and Potts have a quiet one in 3 and 4. And then it's Harris who is putting the burners on. And he's actually losing a little bit of time. And Skowski's got past Binder. Into turn 1. Skowski up the inside. Binder not able to get back past. So Skowski P9 now will have to play the ultimate team role.
Am I correct in saying Kisiel is no longer in the session? Or is he? Oh! No, he is, because he just made contact with Hugendorn. He got so much overspeed, he just hit the back of the McLaren and hit the wall.
And he's lost his front wing and lucky not to bring out a safety car.
Oh my... I was just random bored, I couldn't tell if it's AI or not, and actually, he just hit the back of the McLaren.
Connor, Rosu and Ule have the same amount of wins currently.
No, because Ule's got a sprint race win.
Ah, but wouldn't it go wins then sprint race wins? Oh, yeah. Good point,
no, it just goes off Grand Prix wins.
Ah, ignore me. So Kisiel now is gonna have to come into the pits. Haas having a nightmare. Kota was a daydream, but Brazil is a nightmare. Look at the gap between Rosu and Chappers. It's 11 seconds. Chappers is either not enjoying the weather, or he's just being slower than the guys around him. It's Penal.
Penal sending it up the inside at the centre S's. It's a great overtaking spot this race. They seem to be loving it here to make moves as Penal puts himself back up into the points. I like this battle for the wooden spoon here in P10. It's very back and forth at the moment.
I'd like to point out the real winner of the wooden spoon race is currently Kisiel. Oh!
Who's that? Matthews! Matthews has spun. Now that puts Skowski up into P8. And well, it doesn't really change a whole lot. But I mean, Binder back into the points.
It is. Maybe there was a bit of contact between Chappers and Matthews. It was hard to tell.
No, I didn't see what happened either. They're so close together here on the map. It's hard to tell who's fighting who. Skowski
now will be looking to get past Vlad's teammate here, which will be huge. If Skowski can then control the pace of this train, could help Ule get his way through the pack. Because currently Chappers is controlling the pace of the train, but Ule seems to only be matching the pace of the Red Bulls ahead. And Pennell, he's still got to get past Pennell. And Pennell has definitely been shown that he's got pace around this track.
Wait, Harris is in the pits?
Harris is in the pits for...
That's massive. For softs. Soft compound tyres for Harris.
What? It's Timo Glock all over again.
What?
The track's not dry enough. It's still raining.
It's absolutely not dry enough, and there is still rain falling. But
what does this change?
This brings Ule back into contention.
Because he's got to get past both Binder, Kopf, and Pennell. He's got to get past all
but
three
that's
of them.
not a big ask anymore. There's 10 seconds between him and his championship. No, it's a matter of 3 or 4. Harris is getting overtaken by his teammate. Oh dear.
Harris on the softs. I'm not quite sure about this decision. He was gaining on the Mercedes, and has gone on to soft tyres. It's a bold move, Cotton.
But back to Ule, he's only got to clear 3 drivers, and then hopefully, I would guess his teammate would let him through.
Skowski's into the pits.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that's good or bad though for Ule, because Ule has now not got his teammate to back him up as a rear gunner.
and that means there's a big gap now between Pennell and Chappers, and they need to be within that 3 seconds of Chappers to win the championship.
Surely now
It's soft tyres for Skowski as well.
Is the track drying up?
I mean,
It looks like it's raining.
I really don't think so. Harris was a second off the pace of his teammate in the middle sector alone last lap.
And Alsum is flying on the intermediates.
As Hooven is one-ups in there and puts it into the sub-16s with a 15.9.
The track definitely drying out, but Monk going even
big
faster.
lockup. A big lockup for Skowski. It's sent him off the road at turn 4.
Potts has gone even faster.
Yeah, 15.8 for Potts.
Will
Maybe looking
Rossi
to
better
close up.
that? No, Rossi does
No,
not
he
better
doesn't.
that. But Ule now into the points. This is critical. But he needs to get past these 3 ahead.
He really does, and he really needs to stay within that 3 seconds of Chappers if he wants this championship. He's got to dig deep here and make the moves when it counts.
I'm getting Lewis Hamilton, Timo Glock vibes.
He's closing up massively on Rene Kopf here into turn 1. Isn't going to look for the move. He's playing it sensible. He needs to just take his time and find the moves when they appear.
As Skowski in P16, I don't think Skowski's much on pace either. The track definitely still too wet. As Skowski's now been lapped. And Skowski is missing his end plate as well. He's had a moment and has gotten wing damage instead. So the softs were definitely not the right call.
But here goes Ule, round the outside maybe, at turn 6. He's side by side with Rene Kopf, and he's cleared him by the end of the corner.
That is one
As we
down.
head now, there's 1 down, 2 to go. It'd be interesting to see though, because Chappers can't exactly block Ule to slow him down, because he needs to clear him 3 seconds for Rossi to win the championship.
And at the moment, Chappers does have that gap though.
At the moment he does, but if Ule catches up, he needs to outpace Ule by seconds a lap to be able to make this work. But Ule's got only a matter of 5 laps to get past these 2 cars ahead of him, and a second to make up first of all. It's a big ask from the Alfa Romeo driver, but he's got some pace at the moment.
Lurdestam up the inside of Rene Kopf there. And Lurdestam up into the points while setting the fastest lap. The track is coming to life.
I'm sure Ule isn't too happy to be seeing that behind him. A very aggressive looking Ferrari.
Harris has retired. Harris has had a moment and gone off on the softs. Was definitely not the right play.
Is that Harris going slowly?
Harris has decided that it's best to call quits. Is Skowski, because the next car to lap Skowski is Rosu. Are we gonna get another screw in the story? No, Skowski coming into the pits instead.
I don't think any of them will change
Does
tyres
Elsom
from
have
this
telemetry
point.
on for you, Connor?
Elsum.
Yes. Oh!
Yes, he
Oh!
does.
Okay, so the telemetry app is just bugged out, telling people they don't... Lurgestam is a lot faster than Ule here. Lurgestam could put a right dampener on Ule's party. Because Lurgestam is caught quickly onto the back of Ule. Lurgestam has nothing to lose.
Juvenez, Lurgestam's teammate, is falling off the pace a little bit here. He's started to lose a little bit of time in the last few laps to Elsum. 3.7 seconds now. The gap between those two is Huguenot picks up a 3-second time penalty.
I would like to give a big shout out to Lurgestam for not picking up a 3-second penalty for track limits.
Yeah, in the final race of the season, he's managed to keep it all together and within the right white lines.
And he's... Ule just doesn't seem to have the pace for the guys ahead. He's not.
And also, I feel another... Ule loses the back of his car a little bit there. Oh, is that on the pitch straight?
That's a Kiziel. Has Kiziel had a
That
moment?
might be looking for the move here. As we have Frijunkau, he's pushing Ule through the corner. He's got so much more pace at this point in the race than Ule does.
Keep it clean. As someone has just followed. Thank you very much.
Harris has put in chat GG's bad call. So he's admitting to the softs not being the right strategy for him.
But Lurgestam is really applying the pressure onto Ule here. Currently, Ule would get ahead of Chappers, I believe. It would be very close. He would just be ahead of Chappers. But Binder and Penal, without penalties, are still ahead of Ule. And Ule has 3 laps to do this. As Elsum sets the fastest lap.
Yeah,
The rain has definitely stopped.
I believe, as it stands... Oh, Lurgestam gets a big game freeze there and drops back a second off the back of Ule.
Classic Lurgestam internet.
Bit of internet issues there.
Oh, he's lagging a lot. Can someone tell Lurgestam his internet has gone... Goodbye.
Now, someone needs to be on the blur to Skalski and maybe say, if you want to admit to the crash gate last race, this is now where you can prove that you are the best crash gater in the world. No, I'm joking. But yeah, Skalski unfortunately not been able to be a rear gunner for his teammate in this race. And wow, I mean, it's not been the climactic end we maybe were expecting, but
Ule actually is catching up onto the back of Binder now. He's within 3 tenths. He's gained a lot of time on Binder suddenly. Ule really having to push. He's got 2 laps to do this. 2 laps to get past 2 cars. Binder will not cede position though. Binder will be wanting to score as many points as he can for Red Bull. Red Bull haven't been having a season to remember, but they would love to top it off with some points in Brazil.
yeah, they would. And I mean, yeah, the AlphaTauri not turning up today means they're basically secured P9 in the constructors, and with Williams having a little bit of a blunder, I don't think they're really in contention to overtake them in the positions they are in, but it'd be nice to finish the season off with some points as Ule gets a big snap out of Junkau, and that's going to offset him for the run down into turn 1, and he's fallen out nearly 7 tenths behind the Red Bull now, and yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to be making a move. He's out of ERS. His tyres are blistering on the insides.
It's definitely dry conditions now.
Yeah, it's definitely switched to dries now, but
Elsum
unfortunately
is coming around the final few corners. Elsum has had a quiet race in his own little world, repping a Senna-esque helmet in tribute to the man. Is going to come around the final corner now onto that DRS straight. Andreas Elsum, you are a race winner in Brazil, and Elsum sets the fastest lap. It will be Juvenez for P2. P3 for Monk.
Congrats to Monk as well for having a very clean race. Oh, no.
Oh, are you okay there?
Did you not pick up on that?
What?
Nothing. I will tell you once you've announced everyone going across the line.
But we're following Ule because he's only got one more corner to get 2 cars. We are not going to have a Timo Glock moment by the looks of it.
Vlad Rosu has crossed the line in P5 and he is champion of the world here in Tier 2 Amethyst Racing in Season 5.
Ule gets a big drive. It's not enough. Vlad Rosu, you are Tier 2 World Champion. Congratulations. Ule could only get P8. So Vlad, you win the championship in Brazil.
What a drive. What a drive. I mean, it was up and down. They didn't quite convert the 1-2 in the quali to a 1-2 in the race, but they did enough here in Sao Paulo. And Vlad Rosu, congratulations, my friend. You are a world champion here at Amethyst Racing. Came close to it last season, but you've really shown them this season. And yeah, a stellar season.
What a race.
But what you didn't pick up on is I said, congratulations to Monk for having a very clean race. And as I said that, the last, like, the pit entry bit
that
you always cut to get the fastest lap time, he crossed the white line and got 3 seconds and finished behind Potts because of it. Yeah. You just missed out on a podium. The most stupid mistake.
Drunky monkey strikes again. Can you get the timing board? Because
I can, but I'm afraid I will not be able to stick around for interviews.
I've got the interviews, don't you worry. But here is Andreas Elsum. Oh no.
What?
He's good. He's girding. He did the goodie.
Oh.
Oh, indeed. But Andreas Elsum is your race winner today around Brazil. What a moment.
Yeah, really, really big congratulations to Rosu. I think that was 3 wins, and he hasn't won since Great Britain.
So he really stuck it where it counted.
Yeah, and really good consistency for the second half of the season. Yeah, it's Bahrain, Monza, and Great Britain.
Whew. Bringing it. Yes. I'm gonna go get ready to do these interviews. It's no problem. Au revoir. I don't know either. Okay, I'm just gonna get the lobby set up for you guys, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Da, 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 da. Wait for the people to come in. I've been messaged by we're gonna, while we wait for Vlad, we will bring up your race winner in Elsum. You are deafened currently, Elsum. There he is. Elsum, P1 on the track.
Yeah.
had the pace today.
Yeah, I really did. Tricky conditions, but I managed to get through it.
You did indeed, and I believe you had the fastest lap as well. I think.
Yeah,
Flying throughout the wet race of Brazil. P1 on the
Yeah.
track. You must be over the moon. A big bang
Yeah.
to the end of your season.
yeah, true. I don't know what to say really. I just did the best I could and managed to get that.
We did indeed. We caught a good amount of the. It was quite a quiet race, but we didn't have much of you on the screen because you were walking away with it.
Yeah.
But again, big race. Next season, can we expect to see you competing a lot more?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah.
Overall, though, is there anything you'd like to add about your race today?
Congratulations to Vlad winning the championship. Nothing else really.
Thank you very much today, Elson. If there's anything,
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No,
Well, thank you very much, and congratulations on your race win here in Brazil.
thank you.
But now we're going to bring up the world champion,
Yes.
Vlad Rosu. You are Tier 2 world champion. You made it count on the track today.
Yep, finally.
He's the
How-
goat, mate.
How does it
Let's go.
feel?
I don't know what to say. To be honest, it was an intense race. I hate the rain.
The rain,
And yeah.
the rain definitely spiced it up. You had a front row lockout with chappers.
Yep. But was on dry, unfortunately.
And then we watched him give you a lovely toe on that last lap when you locked out the front row too.
Yep, was perfect. But I gained just, I don't know, 0.02. I don't know how, but
But yeah, you are now Amethyst world champion.
yeah. I don't know what to say, honestly. Choppers helped me so much. Also, Mike Williams.
Thank you.
GG also to Alfa Romeos.
I don't deserve any GGs. They said they wanted a competition. They fucking got it, little rats.
And next season, if you're in Tier 2, do you think you'll be able to put up a solid defence for your championship and do a back-to-back?
That's why I hope. That's what I hope.
Is there anything else, though, that you'd like to add?
At the moment, I don't know.
You seem very
I
lost
have
for
to,
words.
I have to realize.
Bro was more worried about the football than the race, I won't lie.
Yeah, Argentina also won.
Yeah, Argentina won on
So it was a
penalties.
good day. Yeah, so it was
Wait,
a good.
it went to penalties?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh. Messi strikes again.
Shush.
Well, I mean, Mbappe had 2 penalties in the race, in the game.
In the race? What?
No,
Oh.
you know what I meant. You know what I meant. Anyway, if there isn't anything else, Rory, is there anything you'd like to say? Your driver winning the drivers, you come second in the constructors.
I mean, this is just what it should have been last season. So I mean, this season and last season, Roche's he's just driven perfectly. So I mean, he deserves it more than anyone, in my opinion. Ule and Skowski
Don't have to drive and not spin.
Ule and Skowski have both seasons have been really good competitors that Roche's been against, and well, this season he's beaten both of them. So props to Roche, mate.
And second in the constructors as well. Must be over the moon with that, boys.
Yeah, I mean, it's we'd have liked first, but and again, we don't, we were mainly focused on getting Rossi the drivers' championship this season, 100%, because he can definitely we all knew he could do it, and obviously today he's proved us right.
Very true. And yes.
I wish it was dry. I so wish that race was dry. Like, oh my god, I wish it was dry. God.
I should
bye-bye.
probably. No, wait. I think I'm gonna do a shoey tomorrow.
That's crazy. Anyway, bye.
No, okay, well, I was
Goodbye.
gonna say I was gonna do it in public.
Well,
Yeah, public one tomorrow. What time would be good? Like 6:30. I'll do it. I vowed to myself.
What?
I vowed to myself I'd do it.
Organising doing a shoey.
Absolutely. Can I join?
I think Rossi should do one, to be honest.
Well, if he doesn't, I'll happily step up.
I might do one. You might catch me doing it. If I'm feeling better tomorrow, I might do one.
a Monday night shoey.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not at school anymore.
Well, I think I'm off at Wednesday, but we move.
Well, that's a shocker for you, to be honest. Anyway, let other people come and do that.
Yeah. Thank you very much, everyone, this
Congratulations
season.
once
Tier
again.
2.
Thank you very much for the season.
Lovely time. Thanks, Luke, for having us up here every single time and putting up with us.
Congratulations once again, Vlad. You are Tier 2 World Champion.
Thank you, mate.
I'm going to bring up the Ferrari boys now for P2 in the race. P2 in the race. Must be very happy with that, Hooven is.
Yeah, absolutely. I was aiming for P1, of course. We did a very, very good strategy with the inters. We put them on early, but unfortunately, a little bit of a problem with a car which was AI from the Alpines blocking me. Or else it would have been a very, very close battle between me and Elsom, because we were lapping a lot of the same times.
No, you
So-
were 3/10 faster on average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were exchanging fastest laps for a good while.
Yeah, at the end I fell a bit back. I was faster for when it was a bit wetter, I guess. But that Alpine man disconnected. The fucking AI. It drove like an absolute idiot. It is what it is. Happy with P2, I guess. For what it is worth. Was looking for overtaking Haas in the constructors. That was the main target, and just didn't make it. 1 point we're behind us. Yeah, 1 point. So yeah, that's the thing. It is what it is.
Well, you must still be very happy. P2 today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been getting on the podium so many times and then getting penalties or whatever, or the safety car restart in Bahrain when I was P2 pretty confidently, and then getting stuck in that crash. And also finally a podium that actually counts for once in the last race of the season. Yeah, only promises good things for next season.
Exactly, and next season, will we expect to see you racing it around here again?
Yeah.
He's already been
That's,
offered the seat for tier 2 next season.
Wow.
So I'll be sitting at Ferrari and not fighting for P5 in the constructors for P1.
Well, congratulations today. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we go down to a P3 finisher?
Yeah, we jumped Alpine and AlphaTauri in the cross standings.
Well,
we need to wait for tier 3 though. Let's not completely get ahead for it.
Well, there's no
Also.
Alpine drivers in tier 3.
Oh really? Oh, we got that in the back. Oh, we absolutely fucking destroyed them.
There's no one in there. There's no Alpine team. It's just Elson.
It's Elson and Penal. Penal and Elson had a brilliant race. Actually, if Penal didn't hold you up, yeah, but if he rejoined and still held you up for a bit, if he didn't do that, you probably would have caught Elson.
No, he
wasn't there the entire race.
He wasn't there. It was disconnected.
Oh no, he was.
No, he wasn't.
There was a big cross, and it was absolutely clearly in AI.
He held up multiple drivers throughout the race, and he held us up for 3 seconds.
I mean, his game crashed twice, and that was probably them 2 moments, Hawkins, because he was racing and battling Skowski and Ule.
Oh, well, it'll still be reported anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there's no tier 3
That-
drivers, so that's funny.
That would have been absolutely on the limit at the pit exit, but that absolutely ruined it. Just that lap.
Well done to Elson, though. Race win.
Yep.
And well done to Rosio, because he's champion 2.
On that note, though, congratulations, and we hopefully see you next season.
You also have 25 hydrates. Get going. Go on, check that. You have 70 from yesterday.
I haven't
25 from today.
I haven't been announcing when I've been doing them. I've just been doing them quietly because, yeah.
Liar.
I've had 2 cans of Coke and 3 beers, okay?
You haven't died of poisoning yet, so you're lying.
Anyway, congratulations. We're going to go now to P3.
Hello.
P3 and P4 for Monks. Monk has decided not to areas. P3 and P4 for you guys. Final race of the season. Final races from what we're hearing in Mercedes as well for the pairing of you.
Yeah. It was nice to end on a podium.
And Monk losing his podium by cutting the final corner on the final lap. He's dead quiet there.
It was double fucking warning, and I forgot to save the replay.
Monk is in tears, as you can tell.
I'm just fucking pissed at myself.
A solid.
I couldn't concentrate in fucking qual because Alex was rambling on 24/7, and then I got the fucking double warning last fucking corner.
Mercedes rage. I've taught him the Mercedes rage very well.
Either way, I think all season and last season, I think they've both done very well. So I think they should be proud of themselves, because I think most of Mercedes are definitely proud of them.
Oh, for sure.
And
for sure.
to round off the final race of the season with the 3-4, I think it's fantastic. Obviously unfortunate for Monk, but yeah, I think brilliant race from both of them.
And definitely a spicy race for the lot of you, though.
Yeah, it was tricky, but we managed our way through it.
And is there anything else you guys would like to add before we're going to go down to one final person?
Congrats to Rosu and commiserations to Uwe. Both had very good seasons.
Yeah, well done to all of them, and thank you to you, Potts, and Monk as well. Very proud of you, and you should be happy with this season.
Thank you. Thank you, Luke, for putting up with Wimpy too, especially those first few races.
Imagine if you had good first few races, you could have been winning the championship, lad.
If only, but
If
I've learned a lot this season, and I'll carry it through the next season.
Well,
Right,
congratulations.
take care.
And take care. And I will bring up the Alfa Romeo team. Ule,
Hello.
how are you
Hi.
feeling?
Obviously disappointed. I'm trying not to think what could have gone better today, but well, I tried. It was 26,000 in a drag race on the finish line. Still, I would miss 1 point, but I'm trying not to think. Was it because I was rear-ended on the first lap? Was it because my wheel fucking broke in Belgium? Or was it because I should have started P5 in Kota? I don't know. I'm not trying to find the reason because it's only motor racing. Things happen, and I'm not eating my words. I'm actually glad that I said earlier in this season that I want competition, and I had it, which I'm really grateful for. I had some amazing racing, especially shout out to Pots, because we talked much about it, and yeah, what can I say? It wasn't your time this season, but still, you would have great fight. Obviously, Rosu, but Rosu was like counted from the beginning, so yeah, congratulations, champion.
And you guys do take home the constructors. You do get first in the constructors. You do secure that today, though.
Yeah, at least we got that. We are very happy with that.
So
even if
something to
Ole
take
didn't
away.
get the drivers, but still pretty good performance from us, from Aston Martins. Very good job they did today.
There will be no but blood, obviously, because I had opportunity to reserve for them once or twice, which was good times, actually. I like people from this team, so I hold absolutely no grudge for them. What can I say? I don't know, I'm really out of words right now, so we can ask anything if you want to.
And next season, you must be looking forward now to next season for what could come.
Well, that's a tricky question because for me personally, I don't know. It's first time from this game releasing that I'm gonna have longer break. I'm gonna recollect myself. I'm gonna think about some things, and we shall see whether it's gonna be tier 2, tier 1, whether it's gonna be alpha, whether I'm gonna race at all. But we shall see, man. It's all in the future.
Very true, very true. Well, we hope we will see you next season. And Skowski, as for you, what are your plans for the future?
Well, I would like to stay at Alpha, and I will. That's all I can say for now. Yeah, I think I will do the same as Ule does, so a little break from the game to think what went wrong at this season, and yeah, let's hope we will be both in the fight for the championship from the beginning to the end.
Well, commiserations firstly, but I would like to congratulate you on a brilliant campaign this whole season, you guys. Congratulations on the Constructors win today, and we hope you will be back next season.
Thank you.
Well, I think on that note, we're going to end that here today. Thank you very much for joining us here for Tier 2 Brazil. It's been me, Martin. Good night.